A trend we have dubbed the exodus to affordable lifestyle is one of the key reasons we expect regional New South Wales to deliver strong residential property markets in 2025. Now that trend of course is not new, with big cities like Sydney losing population to internal migration for the past 10 years or more. But the trend remains strong and it hasn't slowed down or reversed despite forecasts by some economists that there would be a movement of people back to the cities, with big businesses demanding that workers return to the office rather than work remotely. The latest vacancy rate data for office space around Australia shows that the return to the office movement is not happening in a major way at all. The Property Council of Australia, which represents the big end of town, including major developers and owners of office buildings, is trying to put a positive spin on it, but the reality is that office vacancies overall are not improving in Australia as the work remotely trend continues to impact the top end office market. The new Property Council report shows that more offices were empty across the country in January than 6 months ago, as the work from home trend continues to create headaches for Australia's big city landlords. Australia's office vacancy rates nudged up from 14.6% to 14.7% over the 6 months to January, the latest figures from the Property Council show. Now that's a very small rise, but the expectation was that vacancies would be falling significantly by now, as people will move back to the cities and return to the CBD office buildings to work. In Sydney, home of many finance, insurance and tech workers, the vacancy rate jumped from 11.6% to 12.8%, while the number of empty floors in Melbourne remained unchanged at a historic high of 18%. Indeed, office vacancy rates are between 9% and 18% in 7 of the 8 state and territory capital cities. The highest at 18% is Melbourne, which is the basket case amongst the nation's economies and property markets of all kinds. Now, the Australian Financial Review reported that major companies last year issued mandates for their staff to return to the office, but these figures show that it's not happening in any major way, and both Melbourne and Sydney continue to have huge vacancies in their office buildings. The movement of people from the bigger cities to the regional areas is all about affordability and lifestyle, but enabled by technology, which allows more people to work remotely, which is a key reason why office vacancies are so high. Now, Sydney, with a median house price of around 1.2 million, has been steadily losing population to this migration pattern, and a proportion of that has been relocating to regional New South Wales, where the median house price is about $750,000, and plenty of regional cities and towns have houses on offer for less than $500,000. And this is a key reason why regional New South Wales outperformed Sydney on price growth recently. The past 12 months, Sydney's median house prices have risen about 2% for houses and 1% for units, but regional New South Wales has managed 3% for both houses and units, with a number of individual regional markets doing considerably better than those averages. For example, many suburbs of Wollongong have increased 7 to 9%, and a number of Newcastle suburbs have recorded double-digit growth in their median house prices, as have some of the Albury locations and several of the suburbs of Tamworth. Now, a recent analysis conducted by Hotspotting ranked the 8 capital cities and 6 state regional markets, a total of 14 market jurisdictions, from 1 to 14 based on a series of different metrics, and regional New South Wales ranks 6th out of the 14 for price growth prospects in 2025. At Hotspotting, we expect 2025 to be a solid year overall in regional New South Wales markets, but you need to see our top 5 regional New South Wales hotspots report to find out which locations will perform the best and outperform market norms this year and beyond.